Welcome to today's episode of Tech Talk, where we dive into the fascinating world of web development. I'm your host, and today we're exploring a powerful tool called Lexical, a JavaScript-based text editor framework designed with reliability, accessibility, and performance in mind. Now, one might wonder, why do we need yet another text editor framework? Well, Lexical stands out by prioritizing a best-in-class developer experience, making it easier for you to prototype and build features with confidence. Its extensible architecture allows developers to create unique, scalable text editing experiences. Imagine building a text editor that accommodates plain text, rich text, or even something more complex, like a collaborative writing application used by many at once. Sounds like a challenge, right? But with Lexical, that's within reach. Let's start by breaking down some of the foundational concepts of Lexical. First up, we have editor instances. Think of an editor instance as the core of your editing environment, setting everything in motion. You simply create an editor using the Create Editor function, and voila, you're ready to wire up an editor to a content editable element. It's almost like plugging a device into a power source. Without it, you're not going anywhere. And then there's the notion of editor states. This is where things get really interesting. An editor state is a data model that Lexical uses to handle what you are seeing on the screen. But here's the catch. Once created, editor states are immutable. So if you want to update something, you must do it through designated functions. This might sound complex at first, but it's designed to ensure the integrity and consistency of the user experience. No more worrying about lost data due to unexpected changes. Now here's a fun fact. Did you know that Lexical also employs a unique DOM reconciler? Picture it as a skilled editor in a publishing house, only updating the parts of the manuscript that need changes instead of reprinting the entire document. This is huge for performance, especially in a dynamic, content-editable environment where changes can happen very frequently. What about listeners and commands? Well, Lexical's architecture relies on these features to facilitate interactions within the editor. It's akin to having a conversation where commands signal the editor to take specific actions, while listeners respond to those actions. Imagine how your typical text editing app would function if it didn't have a responsive feedback mechanism. It would feel clunky and uninviting. As we dive deeper into Lexical, it's important to recognize that it's not solely limited to React applications. Lexical can adapt to other DOM-based libraries too. So, if you're a developer using frameworks outside of React, don't feel left out. With the proper bindings, you can tap into Lexical's capabilities. Before we wrap up today's discussion, let's emphasize the significance of community support in the development lifecycle of Lexical. Contributions are always welcome, and engaging with the community means not just enhancing the tool, but also growing your skills as a developer. To summarize, Lexical is more than just a text editor framework. It's a thriving ecosystem for developers seeking flexibility and performance. With a strong architecture, easy entry points for customizations, and an emphasis on user experience, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. So whether you're a seasoned programmer or just dipping your toes into the world of web development, I highly encourage you to check out Lexical. Dive into the documentation, experiment in the playgrounds, and see what unique solutions you can create. Thank you for tuning in to Tech Talk today. Be sure to join us next time as we explore more innovative tools and technologies shaping our digital landscape. Until then, keep coding, keep creating, and stay curious.